I'm Peter Ancona, the broker and owner of Ancona Real Estate, and I'd like to thank everybody who's watching at home and on YouTube. Today we're going to go over two key points. I'm going to talk to you about my professional background, what made me who I am, why I'm successful in the industry, and why my company and brokerage is different and unique. So many of you have heard me say on occasion, there are 55,000 realtors in Miami-Dade County alone. There's almost another 30,000 realtors in Broward County. So it's safe to say that everybody has a friend, a cousin, a brother, an uncle, or someone who is licensed themselves in this room. Is that accurate and is that correct? Give me a hell yeah or absolutely. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. The difference is the numbers, and the numbers don't lie. 88 to 90% of realtors are what we laugh at and we joke in the industry and we call them onesie-twosies. They do one random deal a year by pure chance. The deal randomly falls from the sky. These realtors barely know how to use the MLS, how to fill out a contract, how to market your property, how to negotiate a deal. And everybody in this room and their friends and their family would be clinically insane to trust a part-time realtor with no experience with what is their most valuable asset statistically of their lifetime. Soak that in for a second. What's left is what I call 10%ers. They're like myself and others who've completely broken free from the system and we dominate the industry. What do I mean by dominating the industry? Well, let's talk a little bit about my background. I'm highly educated. I have a degree in marketing and business management from a New York City college. I have a work background in law and finance, and I grew up in a family that invested in commercial real estate. So when you combine marketing, management, law, finance, and growing up in commercial real estate, you have the foundation for what has become me. Now, what separates me from the rest of the pack? I've been doing real estate for 10 years, my own company for 6.5 years. I've dedicated myself to mastery. I'm not talking about dabbling. Dabbling is when you try something and it gets hard and we quit. Mastering is when you size up what you want to do as a profession. And the public will not see all the work that goes into making me successful. If someone worked 40 hours a week, I work 60. If my competition's working 60, I work 80. I did, and I still do to this day, whatever I have to do to be one leg up to the competition. I had no real estate mentor and broker who showed me my path. Do you guys know what I did? I made my own luck. And not many people can say they make their own luck, because in my industry it's cutthroat. You don't have the option of someone showing you how to be successful, because nobody will. So what I did was I met other top producers in the industry, I befriended them, and over time they gave me some of their tidbits that made them successful, and I put together a custom system that I now teach. And in that custom system, I made a commitment to myself as a professional, as an expert, that I was going to do whatever they did, but better. And I was going to do it every day, of every week, of every month, for an entire year straight with no excuses. And that's my background in marketing. And what I mean by no excuses is when you size up people in life who are successful or unsuccessful, there's 3 given things that happen in a given year. And each of you can think of your own life and tell me whether or not this is true. Pressure number 1 in a given year can be something to do with health, even if you're young and healthy. Pressure number 2 can be something to do with family. Pressure number 3 can be financial. Is that accurate? Yep. Yes. The difference between people like myself and others is when that pressure hits, I dive into that pressure and try to control it as much as I can, and then the professional goes back to work. The professional goes back to work. The unsuccessful person will ignore whatever pressure it is, let it manifest, let it grow, let it become double and triple and quadruple what it originally was. But I did the polar opposite. A great example I can give you is one of the biggest joys of my life is having my little daughter. I have a little 8-month-old baby, as you guys know. Since I've been having this baby, I've been waking up 3 hours earlier. As a result, my business has gone up 15%. If you talk to other people in my scenario, they'll say the opposite. That's because the professional goes back to work, and that's categorized under family. So a little bit about my company. I started as me. I'm now 47 agents and growing at an average of 2 to 3 per month. We close 1 deal per day. Put that into perspective. I walk into my office. At the end of the week, there's a minimum of 5 real estate transactions closed. And that number is growing substantially. The reasons we grow at a higher number than others is because I train and mentor each of my agents in stages. And I lead them by example. When I mean lead by example, you'll meet a lot of people in life say, I want to do this, and I want to do that, but they don't do it themselves. And if you want to be a business owner, my philosophy, learning from some of the wealthiest people in Miami, you want to be a leader, you lead by example. You want to look at history. Think of the greatest battles that were won over time. It was the general that fought with the army, the general that gave the examples of how to fight and succeed that won the war. It was not the general who was standing on the top of the mountain and said, this is how you should do it. And that's my philosophy. I mentor, I train, I put together a system of what made me successful, and I give back to the community, and I give back to the people in my life. As a leader by example, what do I mean? I typically have north of $5 million in steady listings. Steady. Not many people can say they have that. I'm ranked within the top 1% of realtors based on my listings and closings and overall business. I've mastered public speaking. Hopefully, as you can see, I used to be shy at doing this, or I used to have a hard time of doing this. I've been featured in multiple publications, including Curbed, Real Deal, Voyage MIA, Miami Agent Magazine. Each one of these publications featured me for free. They either sought my advice or recognized me on something. On social media, organically, without paying $1, I have 80,000 plus followers on my accounts. I've been featured on a TV show called Buying the View that aired on the W Network and FYI Network all over the entire world. I'm heavily in sync and involved in the local community through networking groups, charity events. Most of you have been to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, where I've raised money for the annual gala. That brings me to the topic of our databases. Databases is something I pride myself on and I've built over the past 10 years. So when I say databases, I have in my e-blast my core clientele, which is 52,000 people from all over the entire world. It includes high net worth professionals, celebrities, hedge fund managers. I have a VIP list which is called family offices. These are conglomerates and groups who invest in real estate every single year and build portfolios. I have the database of every single realtor in Dade and Broward County, New York City, which has another 100,000 plus realtors. Internationally, I have another ton of realtors. I have the list of professionals, for example, every lawyer in Miami, every lawyer in New York City, which is another 150,000. Things that I bring to the table that nobody else brings to the table. And then as a whole, I promote the power of 47. Every database I have, imagine it's syndicated 47 times greater. Every time we hire a new broker, they bring a unique database to the system. And since Miami's an international market, we cover now 11 languages. We can virtually speak every language at our brokerage. So remember, in closing, there's 55,000 realtors in Miami-Dade County. There's only one, Peter J. Ancona, and there's only one brokerage, Ancona Real Estate, that thinks the way we do. Thank you, guys.